to Inclusivity Unlocked, the podcast that's all about inclusion and diversity, brought to you by the Association Explorator. We're chatting with you right from our studio in Craiova, and together we will make sure that tricky isms and complex terms from the world of inclusion become a part of your everyday life. Okay, now it's time to unlock. In this podcast episode, we would like to discuss the opportunities available for young theatre directors. And joining us to discuss this topic is Mihai Gligan, a recent master's graduate at Faculty of Theatre and Film, specializing in theatre direction at University in Cluj. Our conversation is inspired by the upcoming Theatre Networking Talent Festival in Craiova, organized by Marin Sarescu National Theatre, which will take place from the 2nd to 5th of July. And I would like to quote a little bit from the festival's Facebook page to give our listeners a clue about what will happen really soon in Craiova. As highlighted in the festival's announcement, the 6th edition of TNT is dedicated to students from theatre directing faculties in Romania and abroad, coordinated by director Bobby Precop. The festival will once again gather artists from various fields of performing arts in Craiova, presenting alternative directions and experimental creative areas. Mihai, can you please tell us about the Theatre Networking Talents Festival you're working on right now and your role during the festival?
Yes, it's in a way it's very personal for me, this festival, because all of this started last year when I met Bobby Precop. He was our professor at our master course, and in a way it was very, how to say it was a very nice collaboration with him. And after that I discovered last year this festival TNT, and it's a festival for young directors, as you said. And it's very important that is focused, all the activities, all the playwright, all the theater shows, all the meeting and talks are focused on young directors. And in a way, it's not a festival for public, it's not a festival for community from Craiova, it's a festival for community, for theater community, in a way. And you ask me what I do here. My main job in this festival this year is to direct some plays, but it's not a show. It's we read a play, and in a way we put all that play in a framework, in a creative framework where it's not just a reading of a play, and it's not a performance. It's in between, and this is my main job this year for TNT. In a way, a big festival organized by just some people. You have to do a lot of stuff, and it's nice.
Multitasking.
Yeah, multitasking in a way. Yeah.
So, for regular theatre lovers, fans, it's impossible to go to the networking festival.
No, it's possible because it's very nice in a way, the concept of the festival, because there are participants and people who are invited to people from theatre directors, theatre actors, and it's another section that's called people of TNT, in a way, friends of TNT, and it's free. It's free to join this festival.
What are your expectations from this festival? What are you looking forward to, like maybe some plays or some connections?
My expectation is to meet new people, to meet my colleagues from generation, in a way, that are participants with their shows in this festival, to meet these authors that I work on their plays. I'm interested. I'm happy to know that they will be there and heard, even they understand our language. They will be there and see what we develop from their place. And in a way, I think that it's a vibe, it's an energy that is very nice, and I'm looking for. I like this vibe of a festival and a theater festival, where are young people from uh, all over the place, and this year showcase are just Romanian directors, but last year was international in a way. But this festival is international, but in a way you need to.
It's hard to
Yeah,
invite.
it's hard to
sometimes,
invite in a way, yeah, and sometimes people don't want to come here, or they don't know about this festival. I don't know exactly how's the procedure.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's the
Other part, like
yeah.
administrative in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, happens. Yeah, but I think the main idea is networking, and it's really great
Yes.
for young people, because sometimes it's just hard to get into the industry, especially when we're talking about cultural scene. If you want a job, you kind of need to talk to people in reality, not only write CV letters. Of course, it's like helpful, but you need to know someone. And I think it's still like in cultural scene, nepotism is still working, because
Yes.
usually it's also like families and as clans who are
Families,
doing
friends, yeah.
theater. I don't know, for generations. Or switching from art to painting, for example, to theater, cinema, and it's all about friends and family. Yeah. But do you think in general it's hard for young people in Romania to start doing their own productions and also find people to collaborate with? Was it hard for you as a beginner to do that?
Yeah, in a way it's very hard, because you spend 3 years in a faculty, reading some stuffs, working a little bit with your colleague actors, with your yeah, and after that you just move. You make a very big step, because you start to do your job, but in this industry, which is in a way very rush. But I think that this idea like this one, like this festival, are very important, because being how to say it, because this job as a director, theater director, is not a job that you can provide with some written stuff. You need to prove yourself. You need to prove yourself. You need to talk with other people. You need to convince them that you are good in a way. And another aspect, I think that there are some independent theaters in Romania, but it's very hard, because you don't have money, and you need to write some project at AFCN. It's called AFCN. It's how to say it. It's a platform of government from Romania that give money to independent projects.
So
But
government also supports
yes,
young people.
yes, but supports independent projects.
Ah, okay.
But there are an amount of money that is not enough to survive in an independent.
And make a production.
Yes, it's just enough to make a production, but you need to pay a rent for a space. You need to pay for a lot of stuff. You have a lot of lights that is
Costumes.
materials. Costumes, materials.
Yeah.
It's hard in a way, but there are some platforms in Romanian theater like this one that supports young directors. I think from time to time, theater like I don't know, Arad and Sfântul Gheorghe, Oradea. Sometimes they Craiova, they have a call. They have a open call for projects. that is designed for young directors. And the way you can write a project, and
Mhm.
after that maybe you will be one of the winners.
Do you think it's important, and how it's important in theatre to collaborate with others and to make this environment collaborative?
Yeah, I think that theater is about collaboration. It's this simple definition. It's all about collaboration. You need to collaborate because it's a art that is not made by just one person. It's made with a lot of persons, and it's I don't know if when you say that this is a show by X, I think that no, this is a show by X, Y, Z, and yeah, and there's go on because you have uh, a lot of people, technicians, sound designers, actors. Uh,
But then, as a director, how not to lose your idea? Because you totally like pitch
Yeah,
with an
yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I think that if you are a good pitcher and if you have a good idea and you can support, how to say it, you can support it, you can be supportive with your ideas. I think that it works, and in a way, it's in a way people know that there are some rules. In a way, actors know that um, they come with you with your idea if it's a good idea, if it's a doable idea, if they can how to say it, if they can trust your idea. And after that, it's in a way it's a normal process because this how to say this relationship in a team, in a theater team, in a way it's very clear for people. But sometimes there are abusive relations in theater. There are wrong interpretation of your intention, and it's very how to say it's very um,
Messy.
messy, yes, and it's complicated in a way. But if you write a paper with rules, I think it's simple. But after that, in practice, things change.
Also
Yeah.
because of the team, like every
Of
time
the
it's
team,
different
yeah,
teams.
and we are humans. We have emotions. We have, I don't know, my child last night don't sleep, and I need to stay with him, and there's a lot of human problems.
Yeah, that exists.
Yes, that exist, and that in a way that is important for the process.
But can you explain like how it works, like in between, like what steps are you taking as a
Yeah.
director to make the play, like from the idea to the point of it being on stage?
Oh yeah, I think that is in a way there are some rules, but it's very personal in a way for every
For every project,
yeah
it's
for
different.
every project and for every director. I search for plays for a good theater plays that I think that it's in a way that it's good for me and it's important for me. That ideas it's important for me, or it's important for that place because I also think that yeah, I go there and I have that public and I have that actors, and I want to search a play that it's nice for everyone, that it's
Message.
yeah, that is match in a way that is match for everybody. And I search for plays, I find this one, I read it, I like it, and I think that I propose to the theater, and after that theater read a play, the theater administration, in a way, the artistic director, artistic manager, and after that they they agree or they accept my play, and after that I start to imagine how can I do that play. In a way, first step in a way was just imagine how that word from that play looks, and after that start collaboration with my colleague that is a dramaturgist to just analyzed and cut and reshaped the play, uh, starting from our main idea of that show. And after that, I start collaboration with my scenographer, with my colleague. And after that, we go to rehearsal, start rehearsal process, and start to the production process, the for scenography. And after that, we just rehearse, discover something, pick that idea, not that one, and in a way, uh, it's about collaboration. Yeah.
Because our podcast is about inclusion directly, I wanted to ask, what does inclusion means to you in the context of theatre?
I think that to respect everybody in a way, to respect their ideas, to respect their opinion, and I think that you need to uh, have a relation with everybody, but very specific relation. It's not a I am director, you are an actor. I have that relation. No, it's a very specific, and I think that it's about respect. It's about trust that everybody can bring something important for a show, important for a public, and I think that this is for me it's inclusion in theater, and to accept that uh, maybe it's not all about a standard, there something that is stuck in some rules. It's about you can discover something new, or you can discover very nice people who maybe is not very beautiful, or how to say it. It's not about shapes. It's not about rules. It's about
Like image and personality of an actor?
yeah, and I don't know. You have a very shy people who just stay in his corner and don't speak. And it's important to be to be respectful and to be and to have attention on that person, because maybe it's a very important person for your process. Yeah, and this one, this type of inclusion, I think that is important in theater, to respect the freedom and the independence and the artistic potential of everybody.
And in theatre nowadays appear different plays with translation into sign language, or for blind people as well, so for people with different disabilities. Do you think that there will be more? And is there any examples of play you like accessible plays? And do you believe that in future they will evolve?
Yeah, I think that in the future it will evolve. And in Cluj, I am member of independent theater that makes a lot of shows for blind people, for deaf people, for yeah, there are inclusive shows, and it's very nice to see the reaction of the
Audience in
yeah, of the
general.
audience in general, because it's very emotional. It's an emotional response from the public, and it's very nice to yeah, and I think that is normal. In the future, I think that all these stuffs will be normal, and it's very simple. It's a process, and in a way, I think that it's simple to bring theater and to bring theater to everybody, and to bring people to theater. And what I observe at these shows in Cluj is that people are very okay with everybody. There are no how to say, there are no problems, and there are no messy situations. It's very normal. It's very chill. Everybody's very chill, and I like that, because in a way it's a normal attitude.
Yeah, it should be too.
Yeah. We have in our festival this year in TNT, we have in our festival a play that is called Super Normal, and it's about inclusion. It's about inclusion in theater, and it's very direct discussion. Yeah, it's very direct message and very direct discussion between actors and public. That so, what do you think? Is normal to have deaf people in this role, or we need to bring Xavier Bardem to play it? It's very nice. It's a in a way it's a play, and it's a play between audience and actors, and but it's very very nice, and it's about inclusion.
What resources, maybe books or workshops or some kind of connection, like building connections, would you recommend to those beginner directors to go through?
Yeah, I think that is important to read books, to read a lot of books about theater, but I don't know that there are some manuals in a way that there are book, that one book that you read it and you know theater. No, I think that you read, you develop your interest, you develop your how to say it, your skills in theater. Yeah, but it's very important to practice and to discover by yourself which part of dance theater, of improv show, of I don't know, it's important for you. Yeah, and I think that it's a very, in a way, instinctual discover, because you need to practice, you need to read in parallel, and after that you discover something important for you, or maybe not. I like a lot Peter Brook. He's how to say it. He's very prophetic advice about theater. I like the theater of Thomas Ostermeyer, and it's a book with interviews and a lot of conferences that Ostermeyer held. I like a book that is developed as a concept of Stanislavski that is developed in that book, like active analysis, and it's written by Marek Nebel, and right here in this perimeter is Anatoly Vasiliev, which is a Russian director and professor, and I love what he taught about theater. I discovered just 3 months ago this information, and I was very impressed. And I think that it's important to read a lot of novels, a lot of poems, a lot of theater plays, because it's important to develop your imagination, and it's important to try to understand how relationship between people's work, how relations between people and some image, and how to say, how a construction of one character in a play or in a novel is built up, and it's split. I don't know, like in novels you have the character that talk, and you have the inner voice of that character that have another perspective of what happened, and it's important to understand how it works, this connection between.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you. And a personal question from me, because I'm interested, do you still use or even have you ever used in Romania the Stanislavski system in theatre?
Yeah.
It's still in common?
Yeah, at Bucharest, I think that is the main system of
teaching.
Yeah, of teaching. Yeah.
Students.
Yeah. It's.
And can you name for me also some Romanian directors that inspire you? That maybe some shows we can all go and watch.
Yeah. So I like Bobby, Bobby Prikop. It was important for me.
His place we can see in Cluj.
Yeah, not in Cluj, but here in Craiova. You can see in Craiova. I like a lot a Romanian theater director that but it's not so famous in Romania, but it's famous in Europe, and it's very nice because, and it's a paradox that there are some Romanian problems. I like a lot Gianna Carbonariu, which is a very big director, and I like Silviu Purcărete. I like a lot of directors, and I like a lot of theater makers that inspire me. But I don't have one to say, yeah, this one is my mentor, or this
Yeah.
one is my god in theater. No, I like a lot of directors. I like to observe their shows and to observe how they construct and how they develop an idea, and this is my, how to say, my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, you can catch details from
Yeah,
each
yeah,
play
yeah.
and kind of combine, rethink them.
Yeah.
It's great. But in a way, you said that you were a student of Bobby Prikop, and you, after the connection with him, you started to work here in the festival.
Yeah.
So it kind of connects with my theory that going like through university somewhere, like studying for a faculty, you get more options rather than those who just come from the field from outside. Do you think it's hard to go in the theatre community if you don't have the experience like studying theatre?
Yeah, I think that is hard because you need to have a diploma for make a show in a theater, in a to say, in a state theater. But you can start doing theater in an independent community. I know that here in Craiova is Tipografia, which is an independent place.
Yeah, but also it's independent, but a lot of directors who are there, as I understand, they have the diploma, you know? It's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
like pretty the same people who are doing all other shows. Maybe
Yeah.
they're more free to express themselves
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
than doing
this
it in
is,
national theatre. But for me, it's like the same community.
Yeah, but there you can. It is a, how to say, it's an inclusive community. If you go to them and to say hello, I would like to, maybe they will say yes. But in a state theater, you need diploma, and you need to, I don't know, to win a open call. Yeah, in a way, you need this type of faculty to understand in a way how it works, because it's okay. It's about your pleasure. It's about your artistic, how to say it, artistic vibe. But in fact, it's a job, and you need to know some rules. You need to respect some people. You need to. It's there are a lot of rules that you need to know, and after you make some projects, you'll feel that it's not so much about your pleasure. Your pleasure is how to say in a way, it's when you start the project, it's your pleasure, and after that it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And it's not cool, it's not nice, it's just work, and you need to work.
non-stop.
And yeah, and after, and in that point, it's not about. It's about passion, but you don't, you have to say, you.
Sometimes you hate it, sometimes
Yeah,
you love
something-
it,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
mixed feelings.
Yeah, in a way that
Yeah.
it's about that. But I think that it's very important to have this not amateurs group of theater makers. It's very nice because it's all about pleasure. Of how to say, if you have some engineer, some professor of math, and some people that are not in the field of theater, and they meet each other and make theater, I think it's very nice because it's about their pleasure, it's about expression, it's about emotions, of ideas, and I think it's important to have even this type of theater, not just, how to say it, professional theater. It's important to have this part of.
Those people, they usually don't have that kind of boundaries that
Yeah.
people who went through university have. Because in university you kind of taught how it should be done. So
Yeah.
you have this incredible structure in your head and you're like really scared to go right or left. You're like, okay, they said me to do that and I will stick with this plan. But you don't see what's across that, and sometimes you even lose the sensibility for what people need. And
Yeah.
because art is something very evolving, so theatre also should evolve. And depending on
I
what
think it's a
people
process.
want.
I'm in that process. After my graduation, I just want to forget everything and start from a 0 point.
Mhm.
And this, that you said, it's a process in a way of forgot
Mhm.
all that rules, all
Mhm.
that
Yeah, but
limitations.
we're more lucky, like, because we already have experience of 20th century theatre,
Yeah.
which did exactly that, like
Yeah.
go into zero and like
Yeah.
go in again and again, and now we're somewhere. I don't know. By the way, is there a term for contemporary theatre? I think we use contemporary like an umbrella,
Yeah.
like to not
It's
go
it's
too
about
deep into
a period.
definition. Yeah.
I think that's about this period. No, it's a
Mhm.
time period, and
Yeah, but it will be contemporary also in 10 years. In 10 years,
Yeah.
they will sell about
It's
this
well,
contemporary, but they will call, I think,
a
our...
wave in a way,
Mhm.
like in film was a French wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a wave.
Like Romanian new wave in cinema.
I don't know. Yeah,
Maybe
but
there
we,
should
we
be.
don't. I don't know.
Romanian new wave
I don't
theatre.
know.
It would be nice.
I think that is not a wave. It was a wave 10 years ago. I think it was a starting point for political theater in Romania,
Mhm.
and one of these member was this one, Gena Carbonariu, and was a wave. It was a wave, a very nice wave, but in a way very underground.
Mhm.
It was underground, and they started to make. They start to read the journals, to read a lot of papers about what happened right now, and after that, they develop some plays, then develop some ideas of shows, ideas for shows, and they start making this type of theater, and it was very new in Romania. It was very wow.
Mhm. But do you believe for young directors it's important to both see like underground and national theatre plays? Or
Yeah.
how you can even combine that?
Yeah, I like to combine that because if I go to a national theater, I need to make something that is very not correct, but that is functional in a way. Mm, And when I'm an underground and in an underground field, I think that I can do something that is not very good, very how to say, very functional, very
Something
impressive.
risky.
Yeah, something risky. I can assume a lot of risk in independent space, in a underground space. But here, I assume some risk, but not so much.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think it's important to have this check and balance between
Mhm.
your work and your part of analysis on your work. You need to analyze what you work, what you develop, what you discover. I think that it's important to analyze by practice,
Mhm.
not just by thinking about that. Yeah, but I think that it's not important to develop concepts. Yeah, in a way it's important, but I don't think that you as an artist, you don't need to start thinking about concepts, about where in this index is my art. No, it's important to bring something very personal in what you do. I think that it's very important to be you in your
Mhm.
art, in your
Yeah. It's
craft.
about honesty. And
Yeah, it's about honesty and it's about personal interest. Because if I'm interested in memory theme, I will develop this theme in my shows, and in a way I start to research how to develop my interest in as a theater language, how to develop this memory theme in my scenography of my show. And I think that is everything starts from your perspective or your observations, and I think that is very, very, very important. And maybe after that you will develop something very unique, but you need to learn, you need to research, but it's very important to hear your inner voice in a way.
Mihai, thank you very much for joining our podcast, and thank you listeners for tuning in to Inclusivity Unlocked podcast. Please support